All right. I'm so happy to bring to the mic our amazing Healy grandma, the young, ageless, beautiful, and brains of the operation, Taryn, who actually has been a comp plan advisor to companies. She studied comp plans. She knows this comp plan inside and out, and she knows how to maximize it to the highest degree. So Taryn.
Thank you. I love being called a grandma at 6 in the morning.
At least it didn't great grandma, right?
Yeah.
Taryn is the matriarch of our community.
Hi, how are you all? Awesome to be on here and to go through the comp plan, because there are many reasons, obviously, that we do this incredible business, but getting paid is clearly one of them. Being able to create incredible freedom, being able to create an incredible freedom lifestyle, and actually understanding really the power of leverage inside of this plan. This is what I love about network marketing. What I love about, our compensation plan is that we're really leveraging each other's gifts and talents. Like, it's no longer trading just time and, just soul trading time and money on a linear scale. We're literally, as you'll see, as we build a network, we're able to grow our income exponentially. So there is actually a very detailed compensation plan that Peter has gone through. So has anyone been through that compensation plan? Maybe you could just put in the chat whether you have been through it or not. And I know, yeah, cool. And for some people, it's going to seem like double Dutch, because there's a whole lot of terms inside of there. And a lot of these terms, you might not be able to kind of land into what do they actually mean, all of these terms. When we're talking about dual and binary and matching and all this sort of stuff, what does it actually mean? So actually, my intention for today is not to necessarily go through into some in-depth detail of the compensation plan. What I want to do is to actually give you a foundation of what the compensation plan visually looks like. So when you're then listening to something like Peter's compensation plan, or you're going through the actual compensation plan document yourself, you can help to kind of visually understand, okay, this is what dual means, this is what placement is, and so on. So that's what we're really going to go through today. I have a little bit of a presentation that I have put together so that we can better follow with it. My Wi-Fi is not amazing here, so I'm praying that we do manage to keep the Wi-Fi strong in Bali while I'm showing you this. And by the way, if you have any other questions as well, we will do a Q&A at the end too. I do have a hard stop in exactly 50 minutes, so we'll get through it as best we can, and we can always do another one if we need to. Oh, I need to be a host, whoever the host is.
Hold on, let me find you. Okay, here we go. All right, how's that?
Okay. Hopefully my crazy drawings don't look too crazy for you. All right, so we are actually just going to go through. Oh, maybe can you make someone else co-host as well? Because I've got all these. All
right, well, Sarah and I are both co-hosts.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Okay, so Healy World compensation plan basics. Now, there is actually several ways in which we get paid inside of the Healy World compensation plan. I'm actually only going to go through 3 of the main ways. We do have some other bonuses and things like that, but I know for majority of people that are inside of this team, you're relatively new to Healy. So we're going to go through the main ways. And these are actually, what I'm teaching you today is really the main ways in which we get paid. And so the main areas that we need to focus on. So we really have our direct bonus, which we'll go, and I'll go through each of these, our dual bonus, our check matching bonus, and then some other bonuses as well. So these are the three. If I was to say this is really the nuts and bolts of our compensation plan, it's really these parts here. And actually, if we go through them, you'll see the direct bonus is mostly what you receive when you're very, very early inside. So you're selling Heelys and you're making a direct bonus. So this is usually the early upfront kind of stuff that we receive, the money that we receive for that. The dual bonus is actually both. It's early. It's actually more. It's more middle and late towards your journey in terms of the network that you're growing. And the check matching bonus is a little later in your journey. So as you're building your network. These terms here are also really important for you to understand. So we have qualifying volume. This is your genealogy. This is the volume that helps to build out your genealogy. And it's your genealogy that builds out your ranks. So, you know, when we're saying things like someone's executive team manager, or like Sarah, she just became president. What does that mean? This is the rank that she created in her own genealogy. Now, your genealogy and is like when Sarah's saying, I'm your grandmother, it's because you all have, if we like, my DNA running through all of you. And, you know, most of you have all of Sarah's DNA running through all of you. So this is like our family bloodlines, if you like, our genealogy. And it's really this that determines our ranks. So, and our ranks determine how much we're going to get paid in different areas. And I'll go through those as well. Then we have our bonus volume. And this is the volume that goes into our dual. So actually, I would love if you could follow along with this and actually either pull up on your phone or pull up on your laptop, your back office, so that when I'm talking about different things, it actually lands to you in what part of the back office am I actually talking about. So when we are looking at our ranks, we are looking at our genealogy. So that's all to do with ranks. And when we're looking at our dual, the binary part of the tree. Oh, by the way, what I should mention is that every single product has its own point value. So this is required because obviously we're a global organization. And so, you know, the pound is worth different to the euro, to the US dollar, to the Australian dollar. So every single product gets its own currency, if you like, its own product currency. So when I'm talking about qualifying volume, that's what we're talking about. So for example, the gold, when you sell a gold, it's roughly about $500 and you get 250 qualifying volume points for that. Sorry, you get 250 qualifying volume points for gold. So that's just so that, you know, we've got multiple currencies, is to try and keep it nice and simple, that we have kind of this one streamlined currency, if you like, within inside of our organization. All right. Direct sales bonus. This should be super easy. This is literally, I sell Sarah a Heely and I get a certain percentage for selling Sarah that Heely. Now we've recently just had some, I put it in there. We've recently just had some changes inside of our direct bonus. So this volume here, this qualifying volume here, whatever you sell within a month, the volume, the percentage of the volume will be, well, hang on, let me get this right instead of I'm saying it the wrong way around. Whatever accumulation of volume that you're selling for that month, this is the percentage that it will attract. So for example, say that you ended up selling 2,500 worth of volume of Heelys within November, it would have attracted a 35% direct bonus. Direct bonuses are paid weekly, but they're paid after the 14-day cooling off period. So they usually land in our iPayout system about 3 weeks after the sale.
Karen, we had a quick question about the direct bonuses. So the question was like, if you're going, if you like go up incrementally through those percentages, it's the entire, like, let's say you hit that 4,000 like 4,000 points, you would get the 40% on all of them, right? Like,
yes, yeah. So at the end of the month, we have a look at how much did you accumulate for November, and then it would be, then you get the percentage of all of it. Okay, the binary and the dual bonus. Now, this one I think is the one that sometimes people find a little bit tricky to understand. We have essentially two trees inside of our plan. So we have the binary or the dual bonus plan, and we have the uni-level matching plan. So we've got two inside of our plan. It's actually, our plan is actually a hybrid of both of those plans together. So I'm going to visually show you what the binary plan looks like. So when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about the binary or the dual. So imagine you, and we have a left team and a right team. And every single person inside the organization has a left leg and a right leg, as we can see there. In the back office, it's called our binary genealogy, or what we get paid out on, it's called our dual bonus. Now, this is the bit that sometimes people are like, I don't understand where I sit. So we have a team leg and we have a build leg. Now, our team leg is the leg that we share with our sponsor. So in this case here, your team leg is your right leg because you share it with your sponsor up here. So if this is you, if you follow along, this is always you in this diagram, in this presentation. The sponsor here is up here. She's on the right leg. You're on the right leg. Your team leg is the right leg. Your build leg is the left leg. So why do we call it your build leg? Because your build leg is the leg you build solely. Your team leg is the leg in which you have another team that's sitting above you that can potentially put spillover into your business. So we see the sponsor here, that's the sponsor, that's the team leg. You'll see the sponsor has their own leg as well, right? So the team leg there and the build leg. This is your build leg on the left if you're sharing it with the right. If your sponsor was on the left, then and put you on the left, your team leg would be the left leg. So we can see that. And if your left leg was the team leg, then your right leg is going to be the build leg. So the team leg, it's sometimes in a binary plan also called the power leg. It's the same leg that you sit on with your sponsor, and it's the position in which you can receive some spillover on. And what is spillover? So spillover, if we have a look here that the sponsor is in pink and you are in blue. In this case here, the spillover would only be able to go on the team leg on the right side of the leg because the sponsor sits above that on that leg. If you are in here in blue, you are building two sides. You have your blue team and it's your build. So you are only able to put into this leg here. Sorry, you're only able to, it's only you that is building into the build leg here. So you can see it's only blue. And on this side here, the sponsor is actually able to place some people into that leg as well. So this is what we call spillover. Now, if I was to actually look at this plan and say there's actually two trees inside of here, one where we are looking at the dual bonus or the binary, because we're looking at this structure here, but also when we're looking at the genealogy, the pink person is the person that is their genealogy. The blue is all of your genealogy, your direct genealogy. So if we were to, okay, so how do we get paid out and what does this actually mean? So again, everyone's got a left and a right leg. And each person inside of there has a left and a right leg. So you can see as people's teams are building left and right, this is all those little teams that are building inside of your legs. So every single calendar month, So, you know, you would have seen at the end of November, we had this big kind of, it's the end of the month. This is because our dual bonus and our matching bonuses, but our dual bonus is paid out on the end of the month. So we have all of this sales volume that seeps up all the way up through your legs here. So even from, like, say, this person here, this person down here, it's all flowing up to you through your legs. Now, say for example, in November, say that on your right side, you had a volume of 120,000 points on the right side of your business. And on the left side of your business, you had 200,000 points. So at the end of the month, this is what your dual bonus would have looked like. And it's that little, it's the little white one in the corner where you can see it says dual bonus, and it has these two different figures in there, and it will say carry over and so on. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about this. So say we had at the end of the month, 120,000 on one side and 200,000 on the other. Your pay leg, the one you get paid out on, is the weaker leg. So in this case, your pay leg was actually this right leg here, the 120,000. So how do we actually calculate that 120,000? Well, the percentage depends on your ranks, but in this case, we're just going to say 15%. So the percentage that you get paid out on dual depends on your rank. In this case, we're going to use 15%. We would make 15% of 120. So the weaker leg here was the right side. We're going to make 15% of 120, which is $18,000. Now, what happens on the other side to bank out or cash out that $18,000 is we take that 120 on both sides, and we cash what we call cash them out. Then this one on this side here, which had more volume, which had the 200,000, actually has 80,000 points left. So that ends up rolling over to the next month, so that you don't, you know, even though you might have had more on one side, we're always trying to keep our legs relatively even. It almost never happens that people have even legs. So whenever there is extra volume on the bigger leg, that gets rolled over to the next month. So you can see here, and you would have seen in some of your back offices, some rollover from one month to the next month that didn't get used in the dual. So say the following month, say December, and now this month, your left side has done 90,000 and your right side did 100,000. So you would have got cashed out the 90,000, so 13,500 you would have made on your dual. So it can swap. This is accumulated from the first day of the month to the very end, to the last day of the month, every single calendar month. And we are actually paid out the dual on the 4th Monday of the following month. So for example, in November, we had, you know, from the 1st to the 30th of November, was all that accumulated volume. In December, on the 4th Monday of December is when we're going to be paid out the dual bonus. Okay, placement. I know this is often, people can get a bit like, where do I place everybody? As you can see back here, right? When we're looking at our legs, ultimately, we're trying to create as even as possible, as balanced as possible legs, because that's how we get paid out the most. We don't, you know, ideally, we don't want to have a huge amount of volume on one side of the leg. So even though it's banking up there, but we're not getting paid out on it. So ideally, you want to have as balanced legs as possible. So when you're placing somebody, so we can choose to, you know, place them left or right. We want to be looking at what's happening inside of our business. What's happening inside of the volume on each side of my leg each month. And in the beginning, it can be a bit tricky to kind of know exactly where I should put my people, because some months you might have like lots of volume happened on one side and then another one, nothing happened on the other side. It's a really good idea to screenshot your back office. And I recommend to do this all the time. Screenshot your back office on the last day of the month, just to keep a note of really how your back office or how your Joule is really tracking. You might have one month where all of a sudden you had 5,000 points on one side and nothing on the other. And then the following month, there was 2,000 on this side and still 5,000 on that side. So there was no kind of activity happening. So you want to really kind of track what's happening for your placement. So you really know where to be placing people. Now, in this example here, right? So this is you again, and this is your legs. We would be able to see, wow, there's already like quite a lot of people on the right side of her business here. So it would make sense that if she was going to place someone, her next person that she sells a Healy to, that she would put them on the left side, because she's trying to here balance up her legs. So she's already got quite a lot here. She's trying to balance her legs here. So ideally in this case, we would put that new person on the left side. The only time that we may not necessarily balance up our legs is if, for example, we had two best friends and you enrolled one, and then later on the person said, oh, I would like to do it too. You would want to kind of keep like people that are either connected through networks, possibly regionally connected, people that are going to work together. The reason being is that whenever you're on whatever leg that you're on, you're also financially connected to that leg. So in this case here, this guy here and this girl here, they're financially connected to each other. This girl here is not financially connected to these people over here. So we do want to try to, if it makes sense, to keep people together if it makes sense. Of course, you need to really do what's best for your business in terms of really making sure that you have as even legs as possible. Okay, so that was the Joule or matching. Maybe I'll just stop here for any questions that you might have on that, because I'm sure there's might be some.
A question that says, if there's 0 on one leg and 5,000 on the other, do you get a dual bonus? If there's absolutely 0.
No. So if there's nothing on the other side, there's nothing to bank, right? So you're always going to be paid out on the weaker leg. So even if you had 1,000,000 points on one side and only 100 on the other, you're only going to get paid out on the 100, $15, right? So that's why it's really important to try to even out your legs as much as possible. Any other questions?
There was another question about, can you explain how people are financially linked if they're on the same side?
Yeah, so let me find a good space here to go. Oh, hang on. Okay, in this case here, right? This person here is financially linked to every single person on this leg, because any volume that is created, so say this person's Jill, and Jill creates 100,000 points in November. All of those points are going to flow through this entire leg. So Jill's 100,000 points that is collected from each side of her business, because she undoubtedly, if she's doing that, she's got two sides, is flowing up to this person, 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 and to anyone else that is above. So this is how you are financially connected. If, for example, you're on this side, this person is not financially connected to anyone other than from here and up. So this person is actually financially still connected to this person down here, because the points flow up to the central source of wherever the sponsor is, and then up. So anyone above this person here is financially connected to everything below that person. But on this leg, for example, this gentleman here is not connected to anybody on this side of the business. Does that make sense? Any other questions on the dual? No, nothing flows down. Everything is flowing up. So that's why I was trying to find this other diagram I have. So all of this, where are you? Sorry, my Wi-Fi is super slow, which makes Canva really slow. Oh, I'm painful. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, here we go. So essentially, yeah, so even all the business activity that, say, for example, this little person here is doing is all, it's flowing up to here and then flowing up to here and then continuing to flow up. This side here is flowing up to here, flowing up to here and flowing up. So it's always flowing up, which means basically anyone above you, you're financially connected to. So your question of how do two friends benefit? If you've got two best friends or two sisters or, I don't know, two people that work at the same doctor's clinic or something.
Or even two people in the region or speak the same language.
Yep. Anything where there could be some synergies with them working together, right? Whether it's they're in the same area, whether it's they have the same network, maybe they went to the same school, they're part of the same mother's group, etc., etc. Anything where there would make sense for them that they could collaborate together, then you would want to financially connect them, because it would mean that any activities that they're doing, they're both benefiting from each other's activities. So in this case here, if you've got Phil, who also works at the same yoga center as Jeanette, then you might want to put them on the same line because they might run events in the yoga center, for example, and therefore they're connected, they're financially connected. So Jeanette, anything that Jeanette does is going to flow up to Phil, but Phil, because they share this line, he can sponsor people underneath Jeanette too. So that's how that they can be financially connected. Like ideally, you wouldn't want to like put two sisters on other sides of your legs because you're not financially connecting them. Again, you know, if you've ever got any kind of query around should my person be placed here or there, just come to your upline or ask within the chat. You still at all times though, always be thinking that you really want to, as much as possible, be balancing your legs out. Good. Is that enough on Jewel?
There's a question about the percentages that you get paid per rank. So probably you're going to bring that into the next section. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the Jewel, I mean, again, you can see when you go to the compensation plan, there is this one piece that has all of the information inside of it in terms of your ranks and everything that's required. I would recommend, here, let me just pull it up for you quickly and show you what I mean. I would recommend that this one, I would recommend that you print that, you laminate it, and you put it wherever you work. Because this is a great tool to kind of look at, like, where do these people need to rank? And as your team grows as well, you want to be able to help them rank so that they can earn as much money as possible. So you want to be looking through and being like, oh, you know, if you only get this, you're going to be an executive team manager, which means X, Y, and Z. So definitely be printing that one out and putting it somewhere wherever your workplace is. The different percentages, again, you can just see within inside of these graphs. It changes according to what your ranks are. So it starts at 8%, then 10, then 12, then 15%.
Taz, there's a question that I'll read out that I could answer, but I think it'd be good if you did. Where'd it go? Why did Healy as a company design a comp plan where you cannot be paid out? It's like the house always wins. Like, I think they mean, if you don't build one leg, why do you not get paid on one leg, is what I think they're asking.
Yeah, because they're just, well, several reasons. One is that it doesn't really encourage you to build out a network to do that. And two, we would simply be a direct affiliate sales marketing company if we were to do that, there would not be all these other bonuses, which I'm about to show you, that would be a part of it as well. There simply wouldn't be enough money. Like, there simply would not be enough money to be able to actually do that inside the organization. I mean, within every single compensation plan, there has to be that the distributor wins and the company wins. If the distributor is always winning, the company eventually loses, which means that the company which fails, and then the distributor loses anyway. So inside of a compensation plan, it's always this kind of like delicate kind of art of trying to make sure that there is enough profit for the company to be profitable, because we want the company to be profitable, because we want the company to remain and to be here and to continue to pay us for years and years to come. And also for it to be profitable for the distributor to be here. Everything that's designed inside of a compensation plan is designed with a certain behavior around it. So everything that happens inside a comp plan is to actually push people in a direction to do a behavior that means that they're growing a big network, which means then they're able to create long-term residual income. That's why majority of people are inside of network marketing, and they're not just, I'm not just out selling this and I make my $10 every time I sell one of these. We're doing it because we're ultimately creating a network which creates leverage for us. So that's why we need to have these sections in the business, in which enables you to do the behaviors that will build a network that enables us to be paid out over a long period of time.
You're also, because of the way that comp plan is set up and that you are getting this spillover, you're actually getting points on both legs, infinite levels deep, which is also very unusual in comp plans. Usually there's like a cutoff of how deep you get paid. But because you're getting points and volume that aren't even based on your own personal sales in this comp plan, like you're getting, this beautiful support from your lineage, that they can't pay you on all of these points, that they can't pay you direct commission on sales that you didn't make, that somebody else made, and then you're also getting paid on that as well as them. So there has to be like this way that things are interwoven. And this is something that I love about the Healy compensation plan specifically, is that it really does encourage collaboration, where like this weaving together, that you can actually place people together that didn't buy from each other and that still get to benefit from each other. In many comp plans, it's like there's no even possibility of doing that. So it's quite beautiful. I know it can be a little bit like, if this is your first time talking about the comp plan, it's like, whoa, this is a lot of information. But no, that this is really like the intention is to have us be able to support each other in a deeper way, and to create something that will long outlast that can create a legacy, really, that can create something that will continue to build our energy in the future. Like we can continue to receive from the energy that we invest at the beginning.
Yeah. As you see, as you start to build out your network and it grows bigger and bigger, this is again the beautiful thing about network marketing. It is, to build a really big business, it's a big energy investment in the front end. But as you grow and as you develop and as you duplicate people and as you build a community and really, and build leaders inside your organization, you get to not step back, but no, you do actually, at some point you do get to step back and just watch your organization grow and flourish, and you still continue to be paid. This is like the amazing thing about network marketing yes, it's a front end investment in terms of time and learning the skills, etc. But the back end payment of it is phenomenal. I know, we've got many people, even, over different periods of time in our careers, have been able to take 2 or 3 months off and just go and enjoy life, or people have gone and had babies or whatever and still being able to be paid. So this is the beautiful thing about this plan. Okay. Next section we're going to go through is the matching bonus, or better is called the check matching bonus. We have another matching bonus, but I'm not going to go through that today because it really doesn't make that much up of your check anyway. So what I'm talking about today, these 3 sections, this is what makes up majority of your check. So matching bonus starts at director. This is why for us, director is a really, really important rank inside the organization, because this is where you start to really get paid on the payment of the other people within your organization. So check matching bonus starts at director. There's different levels according to your ranks. As you go up, you can check those on that big map that we had, which you can get in the back office, and someone I'm sure will drop it into the Telegram chat. And you're paid out on executive team managers. Don't know why I've got members there, but executive team managers. So the important ranks inside our organization to really start to get juicy with the check match is we want to get people hitting to director so they get it, but we also want people in the organization to be executive team managers because that's where we start to earn on them. And you can see here inside of the inside of the comp plan, this is the part of the comp plan when you're looking at that it relates to. As you can see, director 10%, and as you go up, look how much Sarah made this month. She hit president, right? She's made 15% on her generation 1s, 15% on a gen 2, and so look, you can see all of these. And here, this is the maximum amount that you can earn essentially per person. So the maximum amount per person is, in this case, like say I use Sarah, for example, she can earn a maximum of $10,000 per person per month in her organization. I think she's got a lot of people in her organization. All right, so let's just use executive director for this example.
Hop in really, really quickly, Taryn, and also say, like, so what you just saw on that chart is a visual numerical representation of why it's important and encouraged for us to support you, because the more that we support you, the more that it's like that's how this kind of symbiosis is built into the compensation plan as well, right? So that the more people that we have who are making money and doing this beautiful work and getting this out there into the world, that's why the leadership piece is so powerful. And that's why we spend so much time supporting you all to step into that leadership so that you can really create these generations of leaders within your business. And then that's how the flow continues to move.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is how we are encouraged to help people be successful. You know, our success ultimately comes from you guys being successful. So you can see inside of here, it's actually, we want you to earn as much as you can because it means that we do. So it's that beautiful, relationship that we have of trying to teach you the skills, empower you, create community, all of these things make you as successful as we can. Or no, you make yourself successful, but guide you to be as successful as you can, because we get paid on that. And this, again, it's such a beautiful part of the comp plan that ultimately all of our success depends on each other. Okay, so the matching bonus. So imagine we are an executive director, and we've also picked up a nice juicy $3,000 bonus or $6,000 bonus if you did it in your time frame. And we've got a bunch of people in our organization. So for every executive team manager that we have within our genealogy, hang on, I'm going to confuse you if I say it that way. Hang on, let me just go straight to this. For every level one within our organization, and our level ones start anyone that is executive team manager and above, we earn 15% on them. So as you can imagine, say they were earning, say Phil, here's Phil again, he earned $10,000 in the dual bonus. And because he's my level one, I've made 15% on him, I made $1,500 that month on Phil's check. Katie, she did the same. She made 10,000 on the jewel. I got 1,500 for that. And then Patricia, she made 20,000 on the jewel this month. Oh, that should be. And that was 3. So all up on just my, so say I have 3 lines of generation, I made $6,000 on my check match. As those get deeper and deeper, as our organizations get bigger and bigger and bigger, we earn on every single one of those levels that we have. So again, you can go back to the sheet that shows you, like up here, it shows you where we earn up to 6 generations on there, and the different percentages that they are. But as you're building a big organization, and as those people are earning more and more checks within the organization, you're making more and more on those. This is like, as you become really a leader with a big organization, this becomes the juiciest part of your entire check, is what you've really invested into all of your leaders. So quickly to sum up here, the direct bonus is paid weekly after the 14-day return money back that we have. The dual bonus is paid out monthly, and the matching bonus is also paid out monthly. So whatever was accumulated in December for the monthly payouts will be paid out on the 4th Monday of the following month. So all of whatever was happened in November will be paid out on the 4th Monday of December.
I also want to just make a quick distinction here and make sure everybody's, because it's quite a bit of information, and make sure all understand that the dual bonus is where you can get spillover from your upline. The genealogy, where the matching bonuses come in and where the ranking comes in, is only the people that you personally enroll, and the people that they personally enroll, and the people that they enroll. So you're not getting spillover in any of the matching bonuses. I just want to clarify that. That's only, so there's kind of like these 2 layers of the compensation plan. One is your personal genealogy, and then their personal genealogies, like your children. And the other is like that your cousins and like aunties and uncles are like mixed into the party, but they're not actually like your, you know, so that there's a separation here in where the pay is coming through.
Yeah, I think I often think about it, inside the dual bonus is your entire family, which is everyone you're blood related to and everyone that got married into your family. So that's what's inside your dual bonus. Inside your genealogy, though, is only everyone you're blood related to. So it's everyone that you have the same DNA. There's not an extra spillover that got married into your family. So that's the 2 trees. Your matching bonus is only on your genealogy. So for example, inside of this organization here, all of you, I'm your grandmother, you have all of my, all of you have my DNA in you. I make a percentage on every single one of you once you get to executive team manager and beyond. So, but if I don't get any spillover, so I just want to, because it's one of these things that I think sometimes people think, oh, but I don't have any spillover. I don't get any spillover whatsoever, not a droplet of spillover inside my organization. So, and I've still been able to make a massive organization and been super successful. So certainly don't think that you need to have lots of spillover to be successful either. Why don't people get any spillover? It might just be that the person that is above them isn't very active, or that you are creating so much volume that they have to put the volume somewhere else. So it's usually it's just that the person above you, or maybe 2 or 3 above you, aren't very active. That might be one of the reasons that you don't get spillover. Oh, why do I not get spillover? I don't get spillover because the person above me, I make too much volume for them. So there's no reason to put anything into my business. And they're not a very strong person. They don't recruit a lot of people. any other questions that you might have? Now, it takes time to get your head around the compensation plan. It's never a one-time thing that you sit inside of one training and all of a sudden you're like, no, I've got it. It takes a while because there are many layers inside a compensation plan. In the very beginning, what's important to know is the direct bonuses, because that's really how you're getting paid. Also, the fast start. The fast start is really created to design behavior that enables you to make a big organization. The interesting thing about compensation plans is that everything inside a compensation plan is designed to drive the right behavior for you to build a big organization. That's why a fast start is put in there, so that people kick off initially and they know that, well, you know, we need to be enrolling like 3 or 4 people every month, like ideally, and be supporting our people to enroll 3 or 4 people every month. That's how we build a really big organization. So anything that's inside the comp plan is really designed to drive the right behavior to build a really big organization for you. It can be tricky when people ask questions like, so exactly how much do I make on each device? Well, the overall answer to that question actually depends on your rank, but I know to the lay person, that doesn't mean much to say to them. The best way kind of to say it is, you know what, I kind of make 15%, I make somewhere between 10 to 20% on whatever I'm paid for the device. And I make somewhere around 7% residual ongoing. So that's the most overview way to be able to say that. We also have some obviously amazing leadership bonuses as well that happen at different important ranks. So we see, you know, at the different like juicy ranks, I would say, that there are certain bonuses that we have. So we have 3 of those. We have a $3,000 bonus, a $20,000 bonus, and a $250,000 bonus. All of those double if you do them within a certain time frame. Again, this here, this here is really your Bible to the comp plan. So this is what I literally look at this every single day, right? With this visual in terms of exactly what you earn, where you earn it, what do you need in each legs, et cetera, et cetera. So this is something that you should definitely print out and put wherever wherever you are in terms of your workspace to be able to have something to refer to really easily all the time. The nice thing is actually our new back office actually also shows you how to rank. So again, if you go into your back office, you can play with the widget inside of the back office that says, okay, director, how many more points do I need inside of each leg to be able to get director? You know, whatever you're trying to achieve, you can kind of see how many points that are required in each of your legs. Actually, I should have gone through as well each of the legs to really help you rank up. So
you like just go through like team manager through executive team manager, what the points are, structure and all that, and bonuses.
Yeah, so when you're building out your organization, so this, again, this is the bit that sometimes gets tricky for people. We have 2 plans, 2 trees inside of our comp plan. So we have this tree that is called the binary tree that I went through, and we have the left and the right legs, right? So we have that tree there. Now that's a separate tree we put over here for the moment. Then we have our genealogy tree that helps us rank. When you look in your back office, you're going to see line 1, line 2, outside volume. Now, to be able to rank up, which is how we get paid more percentages on every aspect of the comp plan, ideally, as an absolute minimum, we need to have 3 very strong leaders personally signed by us inside of the organization. or 3 strong lines with inside of our genealogy to really build up our ranks. Now, 3 is a minimum. You'd ideally want to have many more than that, but you can do it with 3, but ideally you want to have, 6 to 10 really good lines inside of your organization. Those are when you're looking at the widget in the back, you can actually see, as I said, when you're changing from one rank to the next, you can see these different lines and what do they mean. They're your genealogy lines. So they're the different people inside of your organization. To look at who those genealogy lines are, you can go to Performance Manager in the back, and you can actually see who is the one, like you can see maybe there's 5,000 points. Who is the person in my organization that's responsible for these 5,000 points? You can go into your Performance Manager, have a look at your team in the back there, and it'll show you who are the different lines that are really strong inside of there. I have a hard stop. I have to jump off, but I also wanted to just go through that. I would recommend, we can go and do this again. As I said, like it takes a while for you to really get your head around each aspect of the comp plan. And truly, the best way that you ever really learn the comp plan is when you're actually doing the business and you're realizing how you kind of get paid inside of the comp plan. But I hope that's kind of given you a bit of a visual, a bit of an overview. So definitely go watch like Peter's one. It's quite detailed. So I know it can be kind of overwhelming in the beginning, but just in the very beginning, all we need to think about is the direct bonuses that we have, the dual, and the matching on our genealogy to rank. They're how we mostly get paid. And fast starting. Like if you're just continuously fast starting every person you bring into the organization, that's how we're building a big network. If you're then helping the people that you brought in for them to fast start, that's how you're building a big network. If all you really thought about inside of the comp plan was, just fast starting anyone you bring into the organization and helping them fast start and so on, if that's all you took away from this, then that would be amazing. Like that's all you really actually need to know to do, especially in the beginning stages of your business. And yeah, if you ever get a tricky situation where you're like, I'm not quite sure where to place this person or so on, just reach up to your uplines, or eventually it'll find its way. If nobody can answer it, it'll eventually find its way to even myself up there as well.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Taryn, for getting on the Zoom with us at 6 a.m.
I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi is so slow. It was hard to use my presentation while it's so slow, but we can do it again. We can definitely do it again. And as I said, it's something that you kind of go over again and again and again and again, and then it eventually lands. So if you felt like, oh, that's still quite a lot, it's okay. It's pretty normal to feel like that. But yeah, if you can just, honestly, I think I was just asked you to go over the fast start. If you guys do that, I jump off.
A couple things. So thanks, Taryn, and Sarah Joy is also on here, so we have a couple more things to go over. So thank you. We love you. Bye. All right, beautiful. So I am going to just give you all a really quick, most of the Monday Zooms, we do go over some of the basic first stages of the comp plan. We were doing that very, very specifically for many, many, many months. And then recently we've brought in more stories, but the very beginning part of the comp plan, what I want to give you guys is just a run through of what are the requirements to get from like these very first milestones that are the ranks that are going to determine, these first little bonuses that you get and that are going to move you down like the bus stop basically to your big fat huge vision of why you're here. So the first, and you guys probably want to write this down if you haven't already been taking notes, like know these first 3 milestones are extremely important, not only for you personally, but because when you personally do this, then you're going to be able to turn around and help other people do it. So the first couple milestones are really about us getting started in our business and bringing Heelys out into the world. Like I'm directly bringing Heelys out into the world, and that is pretty much what I'm doing. The second little group, so those are the manager ranks. The second little group are the director ranks. And Taryn was talking about executive director as being where you start to get, you know, these little bit juicier, like director basically is, you know, it starts to get a little bit more juicy. And what that means when you get into the director ranks, it means that you are stepping into leadership, because you cannot hit director without having at least 2 people in your team who are selling, you know, who are moving some Heelys, like significantly moving Heelys through their business as well. So in order to hit the leadership ranks, you have to start to be able to teach people how to do these first, how to get to these first 3 milestones. And then the president ranks, president and above, basically, are becoming a leader of leaders. So not only are you helping people hit the little ranks, but you have people in your organization who are also doing that as well. And that they're not needing you. Like there's stuff happening in your business that's like, woo, you have no idea. It's just happening. Like you're now a leader of leaders and your leaders are doing their thing. So I'm going to just give us, that's kind of like an overview. And I'm just going to walk us through the very first 3 milestones, which are team manager is the first one. When you hit team manager, you're going to receive €100 bonus from Heely the first time you hit that. If you do that within your fast start period, you're going to get an extra €100 bonus from Heely. So what team manager looks like is, we were talking about the QV, the points of each device. And yes, the points do change when there's a sale. The points fluctuate based on the actual price that someone is paying for the device. You get a percentage of the actual payment. So in dollars, it's typically just about half. You can use that as a milestone. US dollars is about twice the volume of the device. So for team manager, you're going to get 2,500 points running through your whole organization. And then in that widget Taryn was talking about, you can drop it down to team manager and it will show you that you need in each of your legs, you need 2 people in your, who you have personally enrolled or who they've personally enrolled, 2 separate legs to have 500 points each, which means if you just sold 1 Heely and that person had like, you know, sold a bunch of them, you need to have at least sold 2 devices to hit team manager. Senior team manager is 4,000 points, and you need to have 1,000 points in each leg. So 2 people that you've enrolled have to have at least 1,000 points each in their genealogy. And so again, you can find the list of names and how many points they have if you go to the performance manager in your menu of your back office. And then there'll be 3 little sections. The middle one is team. If you pull that up, you're going to see your genealogy. You're going to see the top person in each leg of yours and the points next to them. That's where you can figure out, okay, who's my top person? Who's my second top person? How many points do they have? I'm going to go and help, you know, Madeline. Like I can see that she's got 900 points and I need her to have 1,000 for me to hit senior team manager. I'm going to go support her and see who she's got that maybe would want to buy a coil or that might want to buy a device, right? So that's how we start to create that strategy of how we're moving by supporting other people to move. Executive team manager is 7,000 points, and you need to have 2,000 points in each leg. And then I believe at executive team manager, there is some outside volume, but I don't have it off the top of my head. But then I'm going to show you. So executive team manager is 7,000 points, and you need to have 2 people that have 2,000 points volume. So then if that's, let's say the professional is 1,000 points, when it's half price, right now I think it's 1,100 because it's 45% off. So that's like, if you have someone who purchases a professional and then sells a professional in that month, they're going to be 2,000 points for you in that leg. So I'm going to go one quick level deeper because for those of you who haven't heard, this is our Director December. And anybody in the organization who reaches Director for the first time this month is going to get a free ticket to our Portugal event, the entry ticket, not the plane ticket and not the hotel ticket, but you're going to get an entry ticket to our event. And so this is where I want you guys to really like kind of get how the stair stepping works, is that in order to hit Director, you basically need to have 2 people who have hit senior team manager in your team. They only need to have 3,500 points each. But if you help them get to team manager, they're going to get that €200 bonus each. And you're automatically going to have your structure for those 2 legs for Director. So reaching down and saying, how can I support you? Would a €200 bonus like be meaningful to you this month? And then, you know, starting early and helping people really orient, like moving themselves along the pathway. And then at Director also, you do need this thing called outside volume, which means anything and everything that has been sold inside of your entire organization outside of those top 2 people. So those can be your personal sales, or they can be other people that aren't your top 2 who are also making sales that month. So that's as far as I'm going to go in like the ranking. The fast start is basically goes like this. The month that you enroll, you have 1 full month after the month that you enroll to get an extra percentage on every device that you sell, an extra cash bonus. You have through the 2nd full month to get an extra free device from Healy. If you personally have 3,000 volume go through your business within those first full 2 months, you'll get a Resonance Plus from Healy gifted. And if you have your own device that you purchase, and in that first full month, sell 4 of the same device because of the way that the bonuses come in and everything, then you will have basically paid off your initial investment. So that is what I love to do most, is help people get into the green on their Healy, basically like get their whole Healy paid off. Then it's like your whole business is already making money for you in a month, which is pretty rad, and to get that 2nd device. So that's how I always orient people, is like, let's get you, you know, through the fast start, like let's get you into the green. Or would it be meaningful for you to have all this money that you just spent on the Healy come back into your bank account? The fast start is written in the boards under fast start. There's a fast start section, and I wrote it all out. I like wrote it all out typed it with my own little fingers. So you can check that out. Again, like just all that huge download that Taryn just gave us is so beautiful, and it will take, you know, it can take layers and layers, but really like this, this information that I just gave you is really the orientation of all that you need to know. If you don't have the Boards app, it's in the description of our Telegram thread. You can also find it at bit.ly/frequency family codes. It should be in the description of every thread that's around. And for all of you who are enrolling people, when you enroll them, let them know, okay, as soon as you sign up, like as soon as you order, let me know, and I will send you this incredible resource library. I want you to go through sections 1 and 2 right away. So there's the quick, like 6-minute how to start, how to take the baby steps, the first baby steps, you know, after all that information, like how do we put it into practice? We just get to team manager. And if we've already gotten to team manager, we help other people get to team manager, and that will automatically get us to senior team manager. And if we help people do that, that will get us to executive team manager and director. So let's see, any other questions? Yes. So the QV cuts in half of the sale. Oh, yes. So somebody asked that they had sold 2 pros last month that didn't hit. And that's because the pro was at more than 60% off. So it was the pro volume for last month was 750 instead of 1,000 because it was so much less. I'll put the boards in here. I'll type it in, and I'm going to pass it over